So here we are, your first pole position at Imola, which is obviously, as you said yesterday, a bit of a surprise, but delighted nevertheless. But in the rare position of being maybe slightly exposed without your teammate, being perhaps a bit under pressure strategically, how do you feel about that? And what can you do to guard against perhaps the undercut from Red Bull?
I think Red Bull are going to be very fast today. I think they are quicker than us currently. Yesterday they were both up, I think 2/10 on their lap. Verstappen made a mistake in turn 2, lost 2/10, and then was still up into the last 2 corners. But I had a really good last 2 corners. But then, I think Sergio was up until the last 2 corners also. So they're going to be fast today. I mean, it's not as bad as it seems. If they're both on mediums, that would be worse. The soft tire has an advantage on the start for sure. It's going to be hard to keep him behind off the line. It's like something around a 6-meter advantage from a medium to a soft tire. So that's going to be tough. And then otherwise, the tire won't go as far as us. So he's going to probably have to stop much earlier than everyone else. But no, I mean, it does put us in a different position, but it's exciting. We're looking at all the options, and we're just going to try and focus on our job and do the best job we can.
You're enjoying this challenge, aren't you? You're being challenged in a different way.
I love it. This is what I think people obviously never saw before I got to Formula 1, but this is how my life was before, you know. And I always loved starting at the back of races when I was young, because we didn't have the best equipment, and having to work your way through. And I love being challenged. That's why I exist. I don't exist to start first and just finish first. I love the challenge and competing with other great drivers and other great teams, and that's what we're seeing today.
Fantastic. Quick word on Miami joining the calendar next year. How do you feel about that?
Amazing. Well, I think it's America's naturally such a big place, and it always felt like we needed at least 2 races, if not more, there to really integrate with the audience there, because there's such huge sporting fans out there. They're amazing. When you go to any of their sporting events like the NFL or the NBA, there's a huge amount of passion. So I hope that we can, you know, the great thing I think is going to give probably around 4,000 jobs to people in the rural area in Miami, and I think it can be a really positive thing, hopefully, for there. And the weather's always amazing. What a spot to go! It's going to be it's amazing because Montreal's kind of always been our favorite spot to go to, and because the weather, I think Miami, when that comes on the calendar, that's going to be the favorite spot for everyone.
Amazing. Good luck today. Thank you for your time. Right, where is the... Here he comes. Valtteri, out of position starting the race today. I know it's a bit disappointing and confusing in a way, that drop in performance in quali. You've had a night to sleep on it, reflect on it. How are you feeling today?
Yeah, I feel better today. Yesterday was yesterday and today's today. You know, that's the name of the game, and only points are scored on Sunday. So yeah, it was not ideal, but this is the starting position I have, and now looking ahead and trying to make most out of it today. And I think it's going to be an interesting one. And you know, with the weather and everything, who knows? We're
looking up at the clouds, and it's threatening maybe a bit of rain over there. Let's see what happens. Can we get a word in your own language about how you feel about the race?
No, kaikki valmista kisaa. Tietenkin eilinen oli eilen ja ei mikään paras lähtöpaikka, mutta koitetaan maksimoida kaikki tuosta 8 paikalta ja lähdetään jahtaamaan muita, niin mä uskon, että kaikki on tänään mahdollista, että ei anneta periksi ja täysillä ruutulipulla asti, niin toivotaan, että pystytään olla vähintään podiumilla tänään, niin se olisi hyvä, että saisi pisteitä, mutta ei siinä sen kummempaa. Hanaa.
Fantastic. Good luck today. Thank you for your time.
Checo start 193 in Formula 1, and finally from the front row, are you dreaming of that second career victory today?
Yeah, well, I think I'm the closest I've been to a win from the start. So I think it's just important to keep our head cool, do the best possible job today, and see what happens. You know, I think it's a bit of uncertainty whether the rain is going to hit us or no. So I just hope that there is a great race for the fans today.
Have you got more to come with understanding this car? It's only your second race for the team. How much more potential is there from this car?
No, I think massively. I think I'm not there yet in a lot of things. You know, I think once everything becomes more natural, definitely there will be more improvement to come. So it's definitely a lot of positives to be already up there in my second weekend, and given the more than that, the progression that we made throughout every day I've been on the car.
And a few words about today's race in your own language, if you would.
Sí, es una buena oportunidad el día de hoy de sumar muy buena cantidad de puntos para el equipo y esperemos darle una muy buena carrera a todos los fans.
And Max Verstappen. What a generous teammate you are, Max. You lent your coat to Sergio. Fantastic stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it was cold, so I had 2 jackets on.
So what are your thoughts? Not the easiest qualifying yesterday, but the car looks fantastic around this circuit.
Yeah, yesterday was not good. We also found a problem on the car, which we were able to fix luckily today. So all of those things, you know, they don't help. But yeah, we definitely have to do better today because I think we have the potential that the car is very quick. So yeah, let's see. It's getting a bit dark out here as well, so I don't know what the weather is going to do.
Mixed conditions, but you've got 2 cars up there, something you've usually been fighting Mercedes on your own. You've got 2 cars up there, split strategy. Are you expecting to win today?
That's the target. I mean, I know that it's very hard to pass here, but we have a good race car, even though, of course, I didn't do any long runs due to the issues in FP2, but I think it will be fine.
And a few words in your own language, if you wouldn't mind.
Ja, natuurlijk gisteren was niet optimaal. Zelf geen goede ronde, ook nog een probleem gevonden aan de auto, wat gelukkig wel verholpen is voor vandaag. En ja, ik denk wel dat we de potentie hebben om een goede wedstrijd te hebben. Dus hopelijk dat we wat kunnen doen in de wedstrijd.
How's your flexibility? Can you do that? Can you do it? Go on, I need to see you try. Go on.
No.
You're not going to do it.
No.
How are you feeling today? You were able to put yesterday behind you, obviously massively disappointing. And you beat yourself up a bit about it. And then you got a lovely message from Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
And all is well with the world.
Changed my life. Yeah, no, I just got a lot of messages, I guess. It was nice, but yeah.
It's putting the time to good use.
I've moved on. Of course, I was just annoyed at myself because, you know, it's a mistake. I don't like making mistakes, and it cost me my best starting position in qualifying. So a little bit frustrated with myself. But I quickly moved on. We looked to the race today, but it should be exciting. Good chance of rain. Hopefully a bit of chaos, and we can gain some positions again today.
And there is so much to be positive about, isn't there? The progress you guys made from Friday into Saturday was huge.
Yeah, no, I think if I didn't just run that little bit wide on my final lap, I would have said it's, you know, quite easily the best qualifying I've done in the last 3 years. You know, so a lot of good things, not just from my side but from the team. Yeah, the closest we probably were, you know, just a pole on pure merit. So there's a lot of good things. The guys and girls have been working hard. We're getting there, but it would have been nice to reward them, you know, just with a slightly higher position. But we're going to do that today.
Quick word on Miami joining the calendar for next year. How are you feeling about that?
I'm excited. The American fans are pretty cool. Never been to Miami, so it'll be my first time. But yeah, I'm excited. It's good for Formula One and another cool race.
So Miami's now on the list, and you're going to take him to Vegas as well for his birthday. That's right, isn't it?
No.
He's going to Vegas.
He needs to go to Vegas.
He needs to go to Vegas. He's old enough now. So, okay, so how are you feeling about today? You were talking about making progress this weekend. It was, you know, perhaps a bit more of a slow burn for you. How comfortable are you feeling in the car?
Yeah, I definitely got comfortable yesterday, or more comfortable. Probably as Lando touched on, it was, you know, Friday was a bit of a struggle, I think, for both of us, and made a really big step yesterday. Still, obviously, not everything that I need to make, but I ended the day much happier and comfortable in the car. Certainly gives me confidence into today's race. So feeling good. Doing a bit of stretching with the team, getting them loose. I think it could be a crazy race, or it could be another race. So we'll see what happens. But I feel really good about this.
Rain or no rain? I mean, it keeps changing, doesn't it?
Yeah, we'll see. I think the thing is, what we hear is it probably will, but I don't think the intensity's high. So it might be that, like, is it actually wet enough to change tyres, or is it that greasy condition where you've just got to try and stick it out? So we'll see what happens.
And your thoughts on Miami being added to the calendar?
Yeah, I'm excited. I was at that stadium for the Super Bowl, so I'm like familiar with the area, let's say, and it was obviously amazing.
And I had envy watching the Super Bowl. I wanted to be on the pitch competing, so I get a little bit of a chance next year, obviously in my own discipline, but I'm really excited about that one.
Fantastic. All the best today. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Cheers.
Lance, you're the lead Aston Martin on the grid for the second race in a row. How are you feeling with the car?
Yeah, really looking forward to today. It's a great track. Should be an exciting race, so we'll see what happens.
Do you want it wet? Do you want it dry? Do you have a preference?
Bit of rain would be fun. Mix things up, make it exciting. But I don't know. It's a bit cloudy at the moment, but I don't think it's going to rain. So we'll have to wait and see.
The news has broken this morning that Miami will be joining the Formula One calendar next year. How do you feel about that? Are you excited to go?
Yeah, it's great. I'm really excited about it. Great city, great energy, and a new racetrack, which will, be exciting. And it's awesome.
And a few words about today's race in French, if you wouldn't mind.
Ouais, très excité pour la course aujourd'hui. Ça va être très intense et peut-être un peu de pluie. Alors on va voir qu'est-ce qui va arriver, mais super excité et on va battre fort sur la piste.
Thank you, Lance. Good luck today, and we'll bring in Sebastian. Seb, how are you getting on with this Aston Martin at the moment?
Well, it's getting better. So looking forward to the race. I think more time in the car. The track's quite fun here as well. So we'll see. Obviously, we'll see if we can have a good race today.
And what are you looking for today? Are you looking for wet conditions, dry conditions? What would be your preference?
Well, I believe it's going to be dry, but I wouldn't mind if the rain comes out and we get some rain. So I think from where we start could shake things up a bit.
Now, you're a man who loves your place in F1 history. You know your F1 history. How does it feel to race around such a historic venue like Imola?
Well, like I said, it's a fun place to drive, and it's the old track. Unfortunately, not the best one to overtake, so it largely depends where you start or which car you are. But nevertheless, I think as I said, it's going to be a fun race. It's really enjoyable, so hopefully we get some good laps today.
And from a historic race to a new race, how are you feeling about Miami joining the calendar next year?
Is it?
It is.
Is that like...
That is official. That was announced this morning.
Ah, yeah?
Yeah.
When next year?
Next year, joining the calendar for 2022.
And it's going to be a street circuit, I guess?
It is. It's going to be around the NFL stadium that they've got in Miami.
Yeah, exciting. I mean, I think the crowd in the US is always very exciting. It's a great place to race, so I think we all love the race in Austin. It's good that we have another one, and obviously we race as well in Montreal for a while, so yeah, that's good news.
And it's such an intense run down to the first chicane here. Is it a risk versus reward situation down there at the start of the race? How much do you gamble?
Yeah, it's not that much space, it's quite tight, so yeah, it depends. If there's a gap, then you go for it. If there's not, then you try to position yourself so that you may benefit on the way out.
And a few words in your own language, if you wouldn't mind.
Ja, ich schau mal, was drin ist heute. Mich würde es ehrlich gesagt freuen, wenn es ein bisschen regnet. Das kann das Ganze ein bisschen auflockern, aber nichtsdestotrotz glaube ich, dass wir im Rennen ein bisschen stärker sein sollten, aber es ist eng im Mittelfeld, also lassen wir uns überraschen. Thank you.
Now, Fernando, I know you're going to be disappointed with yesterday, especially given this is a difficult track to overtake. Perhaps we will see the reverse of Bahrain, where the race didn't quite go to plan. Maybe it will flip over this weekend.
Yeah, I hope so. I think it's going to be interesting. Also, the weather is a threat at the moment, so yeah, keeping an eye on the sky. And I think it's going to be a fun race starting at the back, and hopefully we can make some points.
It's an iconic track, one that you've got fantastic memories of. What is it like to race here?
It's very narrow. It's old school. No room to make any mistake because you ended up in the wall. So that extra adrenaline is quite intense one lap here in Imola.
¿Y en español, por favor?
Bueno, seguramente divertido porque salimos atrás, habrá mucha acción, ojalá estemos en los puntos, tendremos que mirar también al cielo, que hay alguna posibilidad de lluvia, así que bueno, preparada para una carrera interesante.
Muchas gracias. Buena suerte. Oh, he's behind you. There he is.
Hello, hello.
Hello. How are you? mean, yesterday was great. You did fantastically well, and the upgrade seemed to be working. So progress is being made. Do you
Exactly,
feel good
yeah.
about the race?
Yeah, a good step this weekend. I think overall, the session was very straightforward compared to Bahrain, so it felt very nice. Back into Q3, as you said, we worked on the car for that little break that we had. We bring updates, and it seemed to be a little bonus for the performance, so that's all good. Today it's going to be, a crazy race, I think. Looking at the weather, there's a chance of rain in here. If that comes, there's going to be a lot of opportunities. If it doesn't, there will be also a lot of things happening, looking at how narrow the track is and everything. So yeah, I look forward.
How much do you enjoy racing here? Because every time I speak to any driver, they say the same thing. This is the best.
It's awesome. It's such a great track, and the memories I have from back in the days in Formula 3, they are even better in Formula 1. The grip that you have with those cars, the type of corners that you get, I think it's here that we can, really feel the potential of those, and it's awesome.
Now, Miami has been added to the calendar for next year. How excited are you about that?
Great stuff. It's fantastic. I mean, I never saw Miami, so it will be a chance for me to see it. I obviously saw it in the movies a lot, but it will be the first time. So I didn't see the track yet, but yeah, I'm excited. I think it's going to be fantastic to have another race added in the US.
Parfait. En français, s'il vous plaît?
En français, je pense que ça va être une course très intéressante. Pour nous, hier, c'était une très bonne journée. On s'est qualifié dans le top 10. On va partir dans les points. Il y a de la chance qu'il pleuve, donc voilà, j'ai hâte de faire cette course et je pense qu'il va y avoir beaucoup d'opportunités.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci.
Bonne chance.
Charles, P4, once again, you are having a good time of it in qualifying. What's the aim for today's race?
Well, to try and keep that position. I mean, I like to be optimist and to try and go and take that P3, but realistically, I think it's going to be difficult. So I will be satisfied if we stay in P4 at the end of that race.
And where do you think the team needs to work on progress? Because you've made a step forward. Where's the next area of focus?
To be honest, I think overall, as a whole package, we need to try and build up. But it's also a strange season because we cannot afford to put too much attention and concentration on this year's car, because next year's car is going to be extremely important for the years to come. So it's a fine balance that we need to find. But yeah, I'm looking forward to try and extract the maximum out of this car and to try to have a good season.
And a special feeling racing for Ferrari at this venue. You must get real pride from that.
Yes, it is very special, even though it feels a bit less special because unfortunately we don't have the fans in the grandstand. But yes, hopefully I hope that the situation will get a lot better very soon and that we can see all the tifosi in the grandstand, and in the meantime we'll give our best with the whole team as it's a very special race for us. I mean, all the team is living only a few kilometers away from here, so it's really home, and we'll try to make the best out of this weekend.
And it's been announced today that Miami is joining the F1 calendar next year. Something you're looking forward to?
Definitely. I've never been in Miami, and I've always wanted to go there, not only for the racetrack, but just for the city. So it's going to be cool. I haven't seen the track layout yet, but I always love city tracks, so I'm really looking forward to it.
And a few words in your own language.
Un bon week-end jusqu'à maintenant, on part 4e sur la grille, donc il y a une bonne opportunité pour faire un bon résultat aujourd'hui, et voilà, je pense que le podium est un peu optimiste, il n'y a rien qui se passe de spécial devant, mais bon, on a comme objectif en tout cas de garder notre 4e place.
Thank you, Sean.
No problems.
We will move on to Carlos. Carlos, your first experience racing for Ferrari in Italy, how's it been so far?
It's been okay, just unfortunate, not to have the fans here, which is probably the most exciting part of racing in Italy. Without the tifosi, it's not the same. So I'm just looking forward to maybe Monza next September, that maybe we can finally have some tifosi in the grandstands and enjoy it a bit more.
Not your favourite qualifying session yesterday. Do you just simply need more time with this car to learn how to extract the maximum?
Yeah, it's very likely. I mean, yesterday, to be honest, if I would have put the lap together, I would have been close to where I want to be, which is there with Charles. Problem is I just didn't put a lap together in the whole qualifying. I was just struggling to get the brake balance right for each corner. I was struggling with with my driving with the curbs to do every time the corner the same, and I simply didn't put a lap together. I know that when I do a good corner, I'm as quick as I want to be. It's just a matter of putting it together, and hopefully today, as I get into a race, I get a bit more into the rhythm, I can be a bit faster.
And this circuit, it's quite demanding, it's quite old school. Is it one that you enjoy?
I love it, but it's probably one of the most difficult circuits for let's say, an experience with a car, because you really need to trust what you have underneath you. You really need to know how it's going to react to the curbs, to the high speed. You also need to have the measures of the car well, because it's so narrow that you need to use the whole track width. And maybe with that, I'm still not fully up to speed, but still, you know, even if I yesterday didn't have my best of qualifying, I still enjoyed driving around here.
And a few words about today's race in your own language, please.
Ha sido hasta el momento un fin de semana complicado para mí, porque la verdad que no he conseguido poner ni una vuelta junta en toda la clasificación y no he podido calificar donde quería, que era mucho más adelante, pero bueno, hoy tenemos la oportunidad de remontar, creo que podemos hacer un buen trabajo y ahora esperar a ver qué pasa en la carrera con el tiempo y ver cómo podemos remontar.
Good luck, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, P5 at the team's home race. How excited are you about this race? I mean, you've been strong all weekend. You must be full of confidence.
Yeah, I'm really excited. The whole weekend has been very good for us so far. The car is working really well. We showed some good pace, and yeah, you know, last year we started fourth, had to retire after 10 laps. The first race of the year we missed a big opportunity, so I'm really looking forward to this race and make it up for it. So it's very exciting to see where we're going to end up this afternoon.
And it feels like there are lots of variables. It looks like it's going to rain. Obviously, it's a circuit where, you know, mistakes are punished, as we saw with your teammate yesterday. So P5 seems like a good place to capitalise on anyone else's mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. That's our target today. Let's be honest. We try to get a good start. If we can pass the Charles at the start, that will be. I think that will make our race a lot easier. And then after that, you know, who knows what's going to happen at the front. So just need to make sure we are there in case there are any big opportunities. But starting from P5 is a great place, a great position to be on the grid. And as you say, with the weather, obviously all the engineers now are a bit under pressure because they don't exactly know what to do, but no, I believe in them, and I'm sure we have a great package to get some big points today.
Parfait, merci. En français, s'il vous plaît.
Oui, du coup, hier, ça s'est vraiment très bien passé avec la 5e place en qualif, donc on a une très bonne position sur la grille. Ça a bien marché tout le week-end, je me sentais à l'aise dans la voiture et je pense qu'on a une grosse opportunité à saisir aujourd'hui. On va essayer de prendre un bon départ et puis après, on verra s'il y a des opportunités qui se présentent à nous en fonction de ce qui se passe. Mais il y a le temps qui est incertain, il va peut-être se passer beaucoup de choses pendant cette course, donc ça va être long et il va falloir faire en sorte d'être à l'arrivée et j'espère avec des gros points.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci.
Bonne chance.
Merci.
Here he comes, Yuki. Well, Yuki, it was a costly crash yesterday. How do you put that behind you and move the mindset forward and feel positive about today?
To be honest, I couldn't reset fully today as well. I didn't slip enough because of yesterday's crash. The problem is I did in Q1. That was a very huge mistake. There's a potential to go easy through the Q2. The car was amazing. Just for me, it was Q1. It's just the session you have to really take it easy and build it up the pace. So that was for me a huge mistake. But I think it's a new day today. I don't know what's going to be for the weather, but I just tried my best.
As you say, it is a new day and there are plenty of positives. It's a track you know well.
Yeah.
So you've got nothing to lose really, have you? Exactly.
The position of where I'm starting is pretty ready. So there's no car behind. So I don't have to worry about. I don't have to watch Emilia too much in the first lap. So I have to focus. I can focus the more front. So I just try my best to gain the position as much as possible in lap 1. But others just trust my car and the pace 100%. So just fully trust my car and just do my job.
Absolutely. It's all great experience at the end of the day. If we could have a word in Japanese, please.
昨日は Q1 で本当に大きな失敗をしてしまって、まだ完全にリセットできたわけじゃないんですけど、今日はもう、車を信じて、 全てのパフォーマンス出し切って失うものはないので、どんどん前に来ていきたいなと思います。
Thank you.
Thank you.
ありがとう。
ありがとう。
Kimi, after a step forward in Bahrain, has it been a frustrating weekend so far?
It's what it is, and obviously it's very close with a lot of cars, so yeah, we were not as fast as we were hoped, but we try again today.
And when you try again today, would you prefer wet or dry conditions?
It's we'll see what we get, and yeah, we'll try to do the right decisions if it starts dry or starts wet and turns another way, but yeah, we'll have to see. It gets a bit black, and if we're gonna get see what happens. See what happens.
From a driving point of view, is this a venue that you enjoy?
Yeah, it's hard to overtake here, but like it is in most of the tracks that we go with F1 cars, so it's on that side it's not much different. So we'll see what we can do.
And it's been announced that Miami has joined the Formula One calendar for next year. Are you looking forward to your trip to Miami?
If I'm here still, yeah, but I've been in the past many years ago. But yeah, I think it's interesting to see new places and new tracks and all like this to come back. So.
And a few words in your own language about today.
Katsotaan, että meidän keli muuttuu, että aika tummaksi tuli, mutta tehdään parhaamme ja katsotaan mitä tulee.
Thank you, Kimi. Antonio, great to see you. This is your 4th home race in 9 months. You're getting used to racing at home in Formula One. How's it been this weekend?
Yeah, of course, like you mentioned already, I'm really proud again to be here in my home Grand Prix Italy again, in a really nice track like Imola. So of course we miss fans, we miss tifosi in the grandstand, but yeah, so far it's like this, and for now I want to just focus to have a great result today, and just dedicate this to the tifosi.
So that's the good side. Q1 yesterday, what was going on? You didn't really get a proper opportunity on your second run.
Yes, unfortunately it was a misunderstanding with Mazepin, and didn't, like you say, I didn't have the possibility to do my last push. But yeah, I think everything was really close, and was maybe a potential to go to Q2, but this is it. Now we will start from P17. I think we still can do something from there. Last year we were also not great in qualifying, but then we scored points in the race. So we'll see what happens also with the weather, but we need to focus and be positive and try to score some points. So one thing you need is a good start. One thing you're very good at is a good start. You made up 6 places on the opening lap here last year. Are you going to risk it all again? Yeah, in a track like Imola that is really difficult to overtake, you want to do a great first lap. It's not easy because it's really narrow, but I will do my best.
And a few words about today in your own language.
Sì, sono contento innanzitutto di essere qui in Italia, correre ancora una volta il mio Gran Premio di casa. Mancano i tifosi nelle tribune, però cercherò di fare un ottimo risultato e portare dei punti a casa anche per le persone che ci stanno seguendo da casa.
Thank you, go well.
Well, Mick, just 4/10 off getting through to Q2. Some really encouraging signs for you. And I guess coming to a track like this as a rookie, where others don't have a huge amount of experience, must also work in your favour.
Definitely. I mean, it's a track I've always loved. I've been here last time, 2016. It's been good for me then, and it's been good to me now. So we know where we lose a bit of 10th and time. So Q2 was possible, which is very encouraging and makes me feel very good.
Fantastic. And a word in your own language, please.
Ja, also ich freue mich jetzt aufs Rennen, natürlich. Es ist ein Rennen, wo ich auch schon mich lange drauf gefreut habe. Und die Strecke liegt mir und sie macht mir Spaß, von daher alles positiv.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Good luck today. Thank you.
Hello.
Hi Nikita, how are you? You talked yesterday about a step forward, making progress. How are you feeling about the race?
Yeah, good. I'm freezing, coming from Russia. We don't expect to be so cold in
come on, you can cope with this. If you can cope in Russia, you can cope
We're
with
plus 25 now and sunny,
really?
so yeah, I don't know what's going on here. But yeah, yesterday was a bit of a difficult day. I made a mistake in FP1, and then it took some time to build back up. But you know, it's an upwards curve, and as long as it is, I'm happy. Then today again, the weather is throwing its trick, so let's see what we have coming for us.
Yeah, talking of that upwards curve, it does seem to be good morale in the team. You know, everybody was sort of talking down all your chances at the start of the year, but it seems to be an upward trajectory.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only way to go about it. You know, we are very aware where we are. We want to go up, but if we don't smile and just dwell on it, and then we're going to not enjoy our life, which is a way to not succeed, and that's why we're doing the opposite.
Great stuff. And a word in your own language, please.
Вчера был достаточно непростой день, и также сегодня не совсем понятно, что происходит с погодой, достаточно холодно, поэтому посмотрим, будет ли дождь или нет, но мы готовы к гонке.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Good luck today. Thank you.
Nicholas Latifi, huge congratulations. Personal best in Formula One qualifying. You are having a very strong weekend.
Yeah, so far so good. A little hiccup obviously with the off in FP3. Unfortunately did kind of set us back a little bit for quali. We almost didn't even make it out for qualifying, if not for the red flag. So yeah, pleased to at least get through to Q2. And yeah, best qualifying position, so hoping to be a bit more in a racing type position at the start, and yeah, get stuck in there.
Tell us why things are working better this weekend.
I think it's just a combination of a few things. I mean, right from FP1, car balance is feeling good. You know, I was feeling confident. Obviously, we weren't here too long ago last time, so kind of just picking up from those references right away, and you know, just lap by lap building on it, and yeah, it just culminated in obviously being set for quali in a good way.
And you're 11th here last year, so close to your first points. Are you going to risk it in search of them today?
Yeah, I mean, I think nothing silly, obviously. I mean, we know we have a strong race pace. You know, to score points, you know, we will need to obviously get everything right, strategy-wise, maybe get a bit of luck coming our way. But, you know, if the opportunities come at some point, we definitely have to go for it and take the risk. But obviously, nothing too silly, because we want to see the end.
Go well today. Thank you very much, Nicholas. George.
Hello, Alex.
Friday looked a bit of a struggle. Saturday was excellent. What's your Sunday going to hold?
Hopefully better than my Saturday. I think Saturday was also a struggle, to be honest, until Q2, and it was at that perfect point we managed to get it all together. Still don't really know where it came from, as it was a bit of a surprise to myself. I was off the pace, but looking forward to the race. I think we've got a good package. It seems like there could be a bit of rain at the start, which made things interesting. The guys on the soft tyres ahead of us will really struggle in these cold conditions, so ready to capitalise.
Do you want a bit of rain? Do you want a random chance?
We want to do it on merit, but obviously if something like that happens, we'll take the opportunities. I think what would be ideal is if it started spitting but it was still slicks, I think, because that would really hurt the guys on the soft compound. Their tyres will start to grain up, and it will give everybody on the mediums a good chance to try and jump those guys in the, you know, P4 to P10. So who knows? It's a difficult track. We all know what happened last year here in these cold conditions, so anything can happen.
I wasn't going to bring it up. It's fine. Miami has been announced on the calendar. You looking forward to it?
Really looking forward to it. I think the future of F1 is looking incredibly exciting. Miami, amazing place, never been, somewhere I've always wanted to go, so looking forward to it.
Go well today. Thank you, George.
invitiamo a rispettare un minuto di silenzio in memoria di Fausto Gresini, nato ad Imola, campione del mondo di motociclismo e grande team manager. Now please join us for a minute of silence in memory of Fausto Gresini, Imola-born motorcycle world champion and great team manager. Grazie. Thank you.